Welcome to the channel. Today we are gonna talk about this story time I saw on TikTok. I thought it was crazy and I was like, it's crazy, I need to talk about it. So why not make a video? So I'm making a video to talk about this video that I saw online. Basically, is what I'm doing. Now, before we get started, let's get into our verse of the day. It is 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 through 5. This is the NIV version, which says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs." Now for this video, I really want to focus on the part that love is not self-seeking. And that was just the verse that came to mind when I started watching this story time. Now I'm scrolling on TikTok, and when I was scrolling on TikTok, I was watching the whole Jake Short, Mika Abdullah situation, and I wanted to make a video on that. It low-key happened a while ago. I still might make a video about it, but that was like what I was watching and kind of like diving into that rabbit hole. If you haven't heard about that, it's about this couple, celebrity couple, and on a podcast, the boyfriend refers to his girlfriend as the B word. Like that's what she is to him, just some B word. I wanted to make a video just, diving into that, because it really gave when your boyfriend hates you, but you don't realize he hates you, but you go be with him anyways. That's what it gave. Because me personally, if my man called me the B word on a podcast, when asked how he would describe me, I'm not going to say we scrapping, but we're definitely not going to be together, because who are you calling a female dog? Certainly not me. Like, no. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. This video is about a creator. I don't know her name. Her TikTok name is like Caldo, but that's not her name. Anyways, this video is about a creator on TikTok who came to do a story time about her dating experience while being a creator, and that is what we're gonna watch. So I'm gonna be watching the story time on my iPad, but you guys are gonna be seeing it in the video, and we're just gonna try a different format of kind of breaking it up and reacting together. So let's get into it.
Do you guys want to hear a story about a guy that I went on a date with who watched every single one of my TikToks and basically learned my entire life and all my interests, and then used it in conversation to make it seem like we were super compatible, and then just asked me to help him with his TikTok page? Do you guys want to hear that story? It just happened this morning, and I was debating on posting this because I know that he's gonna fucking watch it because you're a fucking creep, but I decided that I'm gonna do it because if you want to make content, I'm gonna make content out of you. So basically what happened is I met this man like a month ago on a dating app, okay? The conversation was fine, and then it died down very fast. That happens on dating apps, so I didn't really think anything of it. A few weeks passed by, and all of a sudden he's sending me like multiple messages a day, and it's nothing crazy. Like at first it's like, "Oh, how's your day? Oh, like you're really pretty. Oh, I'd love to take you out," like that kind of stuff. And
All right, first pause. So she meets the guy on a dating app. They talk for a little bit. You know how it goes. I used to be a dating app girly, so I get it. Talk for a little bit. Convo fizzles down. Now, me personally, when he started messaging again, I probably would have been like, okay, that's weird. But I wouldn't think anything malicious is about to happen. I would just honestly be very curious as to why are you messaging me after we're not talking for weeks? Like, we haven't talked in weeks. Is your phone really dry? Are you not making any new matches? Like, what's going on? Why are you texting me again? I don't know. That's just me, though. But let's keep going.
And I said, you know what? I really appreciate the effort and that he's like coming back to message me. So let me take him up on the offer. So I said, sure, why don't we get breakfast this morning or brunch or something? And immediately he's like, perfect. And he texted me last night to confirm. And he says to me, hey, I'm all down for like meeting you tomorrow, but I just wanted you to know that I just started fasting and working out, so I can't have a big meal. Mind you, I just posted that I just started my weight loss journey like 2.5 weeks ago. I've lost 11 pounds and I'm fasting. Okay. I just posted about that. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like literally twins. Like, that's so cool. We're both doing that. And so I'm like, okay, let's meet at this place and we can just get like something super small, something healthy. And he's like, perfect. Cool. We meet.
Okay. Now, I think with him being like, oh my gosh, like, we can't eat a big meal because I'm fasting and I've been working out and I'm trying to get healthy. Now, if I was her, I similarly would have been like, oh my gosh, twin, like, I'm also in this journey. Granted, I'm not fasting, but I'm working out. I'm eating high protein. I'm trying to get healthy. Honestly, it feels like everybody is right now. Like, everybody's on some kind of health journey of eating more protein, eating more fiber, losing weight, or trying to gain muscle, or trying to body recomp. Like, everybody's doing something. So it wouldn't really have been surprising to me for someone to be like, oh, you know, I'm also doing this, you know, diet, or I'm doing this and I'm trying to be healthy, so let's change our date or whatever. I think her not being hesitant at this point makes sense, because we're literally living in a time where everybody is trying to feel and look their best. So, you know, so far, not suspicious. No red flags. Let's keep going.
Meet up for the day, and I showed up super early. I think it was like 7 a.m. this morning because I was already up and he was there too. And we get our drinks and we sit down, and immediately I'm like, okay, I'm like, so I know we've already like kind of told each other about ourselves, like through, you know, messages and stuff. I'm like, what are you looking for in a person? And immediately he's like telling me about myself. He's like, I would really like a hardworking woman. He's like, I don't really care if like she has kids. If you don't know, I have a son. I have a teenager. He's like, I would love someone that takes care of others. I'm a nurse. And just literally starts telling me about myself. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so crazy. I haven't clocked it yet, okay? Because I'm stupid. Haven't clocked it yet. I'm literally thinking this is organic and that we're compatible. And
all right, pause. One, girl, you are not stupid, because personally, I wouldn't have clocked it yet either. I feel like it's very typical to go on a first date with a man or just with a person and to be like, hey, what are you looking for? And for them to be like, I'm looking for a dark-skinned chocolate baddie that likes to read books and play video games and eat cookies. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, like he talking about me. Like he don't know it, but he talking about me. Whole time he know he talking about you. Like I feel like some guys aren't slick. So I feel like if this happened to me, I wouldn't really think it's weird. I'd be like, okay, like, you know, he's trying to not raise me up, but like he's trying to, you know, warm me up and just make me think like what he's looking for is me. Like, and I guess in a way that is manipulative, but I feel like it's something that I've seen men do time and time again. And not even just men, but women. Like I feel like when we are on dates and if we're with a man and he's asking us what we're looking for. Now most women will be honest and be like, hey, I'm looking for XYZ. But 9 times out of 10, you go on a date with someone because you see that in them. You know, unless you're like me and you go on a date with people because, you know, you be looking at the potential and you don't be thinking that hard. But like typically the person that you're on a date with might already exude these qualities that you're looking for. So you repeating it back to them isn't really weird because they might be expecting you to say that, you know what I mean? And so I think if I was her, I also wouldn't have caught on to this and saw it as a weird thing. I probably would have just been like, okay, cool. Like he wants a baddie that care for people and that, you know, likes doing certain things, and that's me. Like, of course it's me. Like, why else would he be talking to me? So, girl, you are not stupid. This is honestly something a lot of men do. So it's hasn't gotten that weird yet. But let's see, because apparently it's about to get weirder.
And then we start talking about other non-serious things, and I ask him, I say, what are your favorite TV shows? And he says, Grey's Anatomy, which I post about all the time. And then he says, every single anime that I've ever talked about on my page. And so that's when I was like, maybe, I'm like, this is kind of weird, okay? Okay, also, he would not stop talking about Chainsaw Man, which I fucking love. And so I'm like, I'm gonna catch this piece of shit in a lie. So I said, oh, like, who's your favorite character? And he literally goes, Chainsaw Man, like, obviously. And he goes, who's yours? And I said, oh, mine's Brody. And he goes, that's literally my dog. That's my sister's dog. Brody is not a character in Chainsaw Man. And he literally immediately is like, oh yeah, like he's so sick. Like this, I actually wanted to bash my head into the fucking table. You're insane.
Okay, pause. Now, I think at this point I also would have been like catching on a little bit. Now, initially, If a man tell me he like Grey's Anatomy, mind you, I don't even watch Grey's Anatomy. I'm too far behind to have any desire to start watching that show, respectfully. But if a man told me that he watches, you know, drama TV, or I guess it's a soap opera. I don't know what Grey's Anatomy is considered. I wouldn't think anything of that. I'd be like, okay, cool. Like he like mess, okay, messy king, period. But then onto the anime, that also wouldn't really tick off any red flags for me. I love anime. My husband loves anime. That's one of the things we bonded over. So I feel like if I'm meeting a man and he's like, yeah, like my favorite anime is My Hero Academia and One Piece and Vampire Hunter and Demon Slayer and da da da, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, granted, these are all like top 5, or not top 5, but like top 10 animes. Even Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is not a very niche anime to be your favorite anime. Like, it's not super unknown. So that wouldn't really pick me off either, because it'd be like, okay, well, you're naming, you know, typical animes. I watch a lot of typical animes. Okay, not weird. Now, I think it's very smart that she kind of decided to test him, because obviously, if someone says their favorite anime is Naruto and you're like, what's your favorite character? Oh, it's Naruto, obviously. Like, I mean, yeah, cool. Naruto, cool. Me personally, my favorite character is Gaara. Like, I like Gaara. But like, you know, you don't like anybody else? Like, cool. Yeah, Naruto's cool, but you don't like anyone else? That's the equivalent of someone who likes One Piece only liking Luffy. I like One Piece. I'm just not getting into One Piece. Luffy is not my favorite character on the show. He cool. He not my favorite character. So that, I think it's really smart that she kind of decided to test him and not just take Chainsaw Man as an answer, which, is his name really Chainsaw Man, or does he have a name? I don't watch Chainsaw Man, so I don't know. But giving him a fake character was perfect, because he literally just kind of confirmed for her, without her even trying, that he doesn't watch the show. And I think, sir, if you're watching this, that was stupid, because you could have really, like, you could have just played it like, oh, like, you know, I'm not that far in the show yet. I don't know Brody, or is there even a Brody in the show? Better yet, sir, if you wanted to lie, you could have Googled, is there a Brody in Chainsaw Man? Now, I'm not saying this man should have continued lying and he should have done research to keep up his lies, but respectfully, it's one thing to start mirroring and copying the interests of someone you're interested in and genuinely watching those things, and it's another thing to just lie and act like you like the things that they like. Because, like I said, I just started getting into One Piece. Never wanted to watch One Piece. My husband loves One Piece. Our whole relationship, from the beginning of us dating to now, he would ask me, watch One Piece, watch One Piece, watch One Piece. And I'd be like, no, because it's too long. I don't want to catch up. I have no interest. Now, I've finally started watching it. But instead of just, you know, lying to him in the beginning and being like, oh yeah, I watch One Piece and Luffy's my favorite character and da-da-da, like, I decided to start watching it and actually learning about the characters. And I started watching it because, of course, I wanted to not have something else in common with him, but it was clear to me that it was important to him, like, for me to like the things that he liked and to like that anime specifically. So I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. Like, you've been asking me for years, I'll give it a try. But that's different. Like, I think it's completely different when you're in a relationship with someone, or you're even dating someone, and you start kind of doing the things that they like. Like, you know, you might start dating a guy who really likes pickleball, and you've never been into pickleball, but now that he likes it, you start getting into pickleball. That's natural. But it would be completely weird to start dating a guy who likes pickleball and pretend that you like pickleball, knowing you don't go outside the house, and you like to read books and, you know, twiddle your thumbs at home. Like, why go so far to lie when it could be easily proven that you're lying? So now he's weird. He's very weird. I'm scared a little bit.
And I ask him, I say, where's somewhere that you've always wanted to go to? And he says, you know, I've always wanted to go to New York City. I just posted that I went to New York City 2.5 weeks ago. And then this next part is when I knew, and my stomach honestly started hurting because I just felt so uneasy and like violated. I don't even know if that's the right word. But he says, my dream is to go to the New York Public Library and just sit there and read. He's like, I've always thought about it and I feel like it would just change my life. I literally made an entire video talking about how that was my dream and how I got to live it and how I was so happy. And that's when I clocked it.
You can't even have a dream without a man stealing it and acting like it's his. Sir, you're weird. Very weird.
And I don't even know, again, I don't know if the word violated is the right word, because I know that content is public. I know that social media is for everyone, anyone can consume it. That's why people say, be careful what you post on the internet. But I never in my life thought that my content would be used the way that it's being used in this situation, if that makes sense. And it just felt so gross and wrong. And so that's when, again, I clocked it and I honestly started getting mad. And he was deep in, like, he is talking about like nursing and psych and working remote, literally every single thing about myself, you guys. And
So at this point, if I was her, and not even being her honestly, but just watching the video at this point, I'm honestly a little confused because he's acting interested in nursing, he's acting interested in her favorite animes, her favorite TV show, her dreams of travel and going to certain places. He's saying he wants all of that. Like, he's literally like, girl, I'm literally you, like, we're twins, we should be together. But to me, that's the question. Like, is he doing this because he wants to be with her? Like, do you want to be with her that bad that you're willing to literally put death to your own personality in order to become her mimic in hopes that she would be with you? Like, is that the end goal here? Do you want to be with her? Or, matter of fact, do you want to be her? Because I feel like oftentimes the way men act around women, it's because they want to be with her or they want to be her. And it's not the sense of being the woman, like he wants to genuinely be a woman, but it might be something the woman has access to that he does not have, whether that be certain connections, whether that be just like privileges in terms of her career, even money, influence, whatever it may be that woman has that man doesn't have. Maybe that's why he's acting like this. And I feel like we've definitely seen, those relationships. 9 times out of 10, when you have a man who wants to be you, he's like jealous of you. Like, you might be this go-getter woman who's getting all this stuff done, and then your man is over here trying to keep you in the house because he's jealous of the fact that, you be making moves. So it's a little bit of that. Like, do you want to be with her, sir, or do you want to be her? Because it's getting a little weird now.
so finally I asked him, I said, what do you think about social media? And he says, oh, like, what about it? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, do you like TikTok? Do you like Instagram? Like, what do you like? And he goes, oh, he's like, of course. Like, I scroll on TikTok all the time. I like Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, what kind of content do you watch? And so he's telling me that he likes to watch like TikToks about how to be a content creator, this, and that. And I'm so pissed off at this point that I'm like, oh, do you watch this creator? And I said my username. And I could tell he like kind of got uncomfortable and like did a double take. And he goes, yeah, he's like, I actually do think, now that you mention it, that your TikToks have like crossed my For You page once or twice, which makes sense because if you have my phone number, like, how it says like from your contacts or whatever. So I asked him, I said, is that why like you were persistent and asked me out? Because we had matched a month before that and it was crickets. And then now all of a sudden you were sending me messages every single day trying to meet up with me.
Really? Oops. Pause. 1, sir, you're in danger. You didn't realize what was going to happen when she asked you what you think about social media after days of you mirroring her and being like, we're twins. We're so alike. We're literally one person. Like, you didn't realize what was happening? Like, I think the fact that he, tried to act as if he didn't know that she had a social media presence and just kind of played it off as like, oh, like, I might have seen a few of your videos. We know you've seen more than a few. You acting like you watched the whole catalog the way you know her life. Like, it's definitely giving that you saw more than a few. So I think even that was telling, because it's also just insulting because he's really trying to act as if she is so unaware of the fact that he is literally spewing back her life to her. Like, does he not realize that she's aware of the grift or the lie that he's been spewing? Okay.
I'm not even shitting you guys. He goes, I'm going to be honest. He's like, I really want to be a content creator. I'm sick of my job. And I feel like we both have things that the other person wants. And I feel like we can help each other.
Ding, 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 ding. I called it, low key. So it's not that he wants to really be with her. He wants to be her. She's a content creator, which from what I saw on her page and also from what she's talked about in this video, she's a nurse. So it's not like she only does content. It's not like it's her full-time lifestyle. He's talking about he tired of his job. Girls, she still got a job. Like, or sorry, sir. She's still got a job. It's not like she's a full-time content creator. But it's becoming very clear that I guess he didn't really want to date her. He just wants to be like her. And he wants to be her. And in his mind, if you're on Tinder looking for a man, I could be your man and you could help me, you know, be a content creator. And now we're good. Like, I got something you want, which respectfully, you probably don't got much. Like, she could probably get that somewhere else. I don't know. But
oh, is that so? So I'm going to help you do content creation. You guys, mind you, this is fucking insane. I don't even have 1 million followers, okay? I literally am a girl that just posts because I'm bored and I have a phone. I have a full-time job. I've made it very clear on this page that I am not posting to be a content creator. I am posting because it's fun, okay? And so I'm like, okay, so apparently we're going to date. I'm going to help you do content creation, help you with your page. What are you going to do for me? Like, I'm really confused on what you think it is that I need from you. And he goes, which again makes me sick to my stomach because I literally just posted a video like a day or two ago talking about how like the only thing that I want from a relationship is companionship. And he literally says that to me. He's like, oh, well, like, you know, a partner in crime. He's like, someone to do life with, which is this actual fucking phrase that I literally said in that video.
I don't know why, but it's so hilarious to me that every time she asks him a question, he literally tells her what she would want to hear. Except it's not working anymore because she knows that you watch her content. She knows that you're literally using her content as a way to tell her what she wants to hear. But it makes me think of like AI. Like, because low-key, when you ask AI a question, it be telling you what you want to hear. And I'm not saying AI doesn't use resources online. But if I were to go on AI and type in a situation like, oh yeah, me and my best friend got in this fight, but I did this and I said this and I just don't think I'm in the wrong, but she's upset at me. Do you think I'm in the wrong and how can I resolve this situation? You know chat is going to tell me, Samantha, you're not in the wrong because I put it in my prompt. I put it in the question. I gave it the background knowledge that I don't want to be in the wrong. And in a way, this guy is using the background knowledge that he has on her to kind of just tell her what she wants to hear. But the issue is she's aware of it now, so it's not going to work. Like, you could have been honest and been like, hey, girl, like, I can't really give you much. Or, you know what, I got a job. I could pay your bills. Something. I don't know, something. But, like, oh, I want to do life with you. Like, I could be someone you do life with. Knowing dang well she literally just put that on her story. Like, you stalker. You weirdo.
And I actually felt like I wanted to throw up. Like, I just felt so gross and uneasy. That's like the only way I can put it. I felt like I woke up in the middle of the night in the middle of a nightmare and I was in like a pitch black room. That's how I felt. And I just told him, I was like, you know what? I'm like, this was like super inappropriate. You're fucking creepy. I grabbed my phone off the table and I left and I immediately blocked him. And now I'm like overthinking everything. I'm like, anyone can see my TikToks. Anyone can claim to know anything about me and then not really use it against me, but they can use it to their benefit. You know what I mean? And that's honestly really, really scary.
All right, that's the end of the story time. And honestly, I agree with her. I feel like after going through an experience like that, I would be kind of hesitant. I don't know if I'd be hesitant about sharing my life online. I'd be hesitant about that, but I'd also be hesitant about meeting new people, making new friends, because it would kind of just feel like, okay, are you befriending me because we truly have these things in common, or is there an ulterior motive? Like, how do you recover from finding out that a man you were, you know, casually talking to was using your online life as a way to get closer to you? Like, that's crazy. And I'm wondering, how is she gonna move forward from this? And even you guys watching this video, have you guys had any experiences of a man like using information to like get closer to you, or maybe even using like information from your friends or people around you in order to get closer to you? Has anyone like been through this before? Because I feel like with how prevalent social media is, this must happen more than we realize, but I haven't really seen too many stories like this, which is why I wanted to make this video. But yeah, it is insane. So I'm gonna encourage you guys and girlies, to be safe out there. If you're gonna post your life online, just be very aware of the fact that so many people are watching and so many people have access to that information. Whatever you post it wisely and smartly. You know the rule: if you out to eat, don't post that food picture until 30 minutes after you leave. Like, be smart about it and just really be mindful about the presence that you have online, because the world is scary nowadays and everything is kind of crazy. Everybody's kind of, you know, cuckoo, doo-doo, crazy. I don't know why I said doo-doo. I was trying to think of something that rhymes with cuckoo, but you know, everybody's cuckoo nuts in the head, okay? So be safe out there, y'all. Thank you for watching this video, this little chit chat story time breakdown video. I've never done a video like this, but I kind of like how laid back it was. Let me know what you guys think if you've seen my other videos, what you think about this format. But yeah, this is the longest goodbye ever, so I just want to say thank you for watching. Have a good day and see you in the next video. Bye.